YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your boy, man, JB, and we are back for another one. This time, man, we tapping in Oakland, bruh. I mean, it ran across my timeline today. You know what I'm saying? We got Swamp Stories dropping another little banger. I'm sure of it. That's pretty much what Swamp Stories does. It's something that we gonna talk about. So every time they drop something, it's something you talk about. That's for sure. You can't deny it at all, man. So shouts out Swamp Stories. Let's go to Oakland. Let's check out CHAIBENJII. You know what I mean? Wanted for murder. Alright, the West Coast Lil Jeff, and I'm pretty sure you're talking about Bloodhound. Bloodhound Lil Jeff, catching bodies on bodies. Let's see, man. If you've done so already, I appreciate it, man. If you haven't, man, why haven't you? Go ahead and hit that like button, man. Thank y'all.
Detectives placed evidence markers next to shell casings on E Street near the Go Go Amigo corner store. Police say the shooting killed a 50-year-old Stockton man. Happened just after 8 o'clock on Saturday. This neighbor, who goes by Kennedy, says he heard at least 40 rounds from his home when he was watching his younger sibling.
Ooh-wee. Breaking news, breaking news. Oakland rapper CHAIBENJII has been arrested for the murder of a 50-year-old man from Stockton. Now, obviously, this is breaking news and it's a big deal, but we'll get into the specifics later. But first, I want to cover the background information just so if you don't know who CHAIBENJII is, you will. Makai Adams, commonly known as CHAIBENJII, is a rapper from East Oakland, specifically from High Street. Now, if you're familiar with Oakland, you know that High Street is not really like that. Like, it's not the hood. Pretty much.
Alright, well look, let me tell you how I know what I've heard about CHAIBENJII. He just did a song with J-Bo, and I should be having a little reaction video popping up to that soon, man. So that's how I heard of him. But let's see, Mr. East Oakland from the Heights. I'm not gonna say what Swamp said, cause Swamp be starting stuff. Y'all hear Swamp already hitting it with little blips in there, man.
If you're familiar with Oakland, you know that High Street is not really like that. Like it's not the hood. Pretty much, if you grew up in Oakland, you know that that's where kids went to avoid the hood stuff. It's basically like the hoods in LA, you know, middle to upper class homes, decent families, not, you know, the absolute trenches.
Damn,
but these days in Oakland,
really?
Everything's different. Like, to be really with the shit, you don't have to be from anywhere. You don't even have to be from Oakland to bang a gang in Oakland. And it all became this way because of case gangs' emergence in the early 2000s. Historically, the reason Oakland never had gangs is because everything was about the gang and respect as an individual. Like, if I'm from Seminary and then in West Oakland you got Acorn and Ghost Town beefing.
Hey man, shout outs to them boys in Acorn. And the only reason I say that is because growing up I had one of my mom's really close friends was from out there randomly. They took me out to Six Flags in Vallejo, man, and that's when I first heard about Acorn. I was like, what is that? They was cool though. They was very cool peoples, man. Very cool peoples, man. So shouts out to them, man.
It has nothing to do with me. I'm a player. I could be cool with both sides. It doesn't matter. That's how it used to be. Everybody was, like I said, player, and they were with the shit, but they weren't going to jump into anybody else's beef, and they weren't going to choose sides of anything that had nothing to do with them personally. But then, like I said before, Case Gang came around and ruined that for everyone. They were truly demons that Oakland had never seen before, just coming through, bullying everyone, and making them choose a side. You're either with Case Gang, or we're going to smoke all of you. And after doing this for years and years, they basically took over most of the hoods in Oakland. This was horrible for Oakland, because in the previous generations, in order for something to be real beef, there really had to be real beef. But now with Case, they were starting shit for absolutely no reason. And to keep this going, they kept on recruiting younger and younger and younger generations all over Oakland. And that takes us to what I would call the fourth generation of Case, which is pretty much known as BBG, and it'll make sense later why they're differentiated. What's important to know is that everyone in the Bay is scared of BBG. They might not want to hear this, but it's facts. Please understand that the Bay Area is not like Chicago or Baton Rouge or Philly, where dudes will just go crash out instantly over anything that happened. Generally speaking, street dudes in the Bay are moving smart or scared, depending on how you look at it, but they don't want to go to jail and they don't want to have any reason to get violent. They just want to make their diss songs and have everyone think that they're really with the shit. That's except for one group of people, Case Gang, but more specifically the BBGs. You mess with these dudes and they will be at your door that night. These are the real crashouts of the Bay Area, and none more than CHAIBENJII himself. If you don't know, Kai came out as a rapper in 2020 when he was just 16 years old. And despite his young age, this dude was rapping like I've never seen before, just talking the craziest shit ever. He was rapping about spinning blocks, catching op after op, and not to mention that in every video he had a Call of Duty loadout. So naturally, Kai was going up. Every song was hitting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, and I was like, this guy is the next big rapper out of the Bay.
Bitch, 308s on this tab, leave his shit spilled. Why you pissing on your hands? I'm fresh above a drill. Hey, you niggas bitches, hey. Thought a nigga caught a face shot, said something. Baby, ayy, 223s when I'm head hunting. Nigga, check the scope of sucker niggas, they been losing. That body was a draw on Lil Ray, you niggas fool. Chopper breathing on him, cause a static, he a dead nigga. 50 on my dick, cause the BBG stretch niggas. Niggas catching bullets in these streets, niggas fetch niggas. Cut another skin with this A in his teeth.
Not only was his music and his image hard, but his beef was also all over the internet. Basically, I'm just saying that he had the perfect recipe to be one of the first rappers to make it out of the Bay, or at least on some street shit. But unfortunately, Kai was really living like that in real life. Like everything he was saying in the songs, he was actually doing. And that's according to everyone I've talked to on both sides. Like his ops told me the same thing. Like they told me that even at very young ages, you know, before all the rapping, he was the first one hopping out the car. Bounce out with the chopper, man. So unfortunately, this would all catch up to him, and right as his career was taking off, he would be arrested and sentenced to multiple years. So from 2021 to 2024, CHAIBENJII was locked up, leaving us with nobody else to listen to. Okay, but all jokes aside, while he was locked up, Case's politics would hit the fan. An internal beef would kick off, they started smoking each other back to back to back, and you know, it was all bad. If you want me to make a video on that, I definitely will. So please let me know. Well, now we fast forward 3 years to CHAIBENJII's release, September 2024.
Hey, how Swamp be getting all this information? Y'all ever ask yourself, man, how he be getting all this info, man? I don't want to ask because he might pull us some stuff on
CHAIBENJII's release was kind of underwhelming. It was almost like everyone forgot about him. I think it's because during the 3 years he was gone, EBK kind of took over and blew up with the Crashout music scene. Or, get this, it's because CHAIBENJII came home rapping like a Muppet.
I told niggas we a shake back, they ain't wanna believe it. Now look at top on the side of the street, bleed. Told fuck my man, don't switch on that Jeezy, we don't need it. All these ends still kill you when I'm winning. 3 years, I swear to God, couldn't wait till they free me. Shot the fuck out of Billy, all that lacking, you ain't see. There's no Oakland murder rate going up, I start grieving. When my niggas died, the whole city damn free flame. You know I get a drop, his ass get burnt up. Let's clear this up, we was spinning way before a fiend. All them niggas that was dying wasn't even bees. Don't believe the hype, this shit ain't what they make it seem. Jumped out and don't tap him, I ain't need the beam. Jumped out, don't tap him, I ain't need the beam.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to his voice. But what's important is that after doing 3 years, you'd hope that he would just sit.
Personally, I think he tried to go more artistic with it. He tried to have a different sound other than what he really sound like. He's trying to sound like an artist. That's what I think, because yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's interesting.
Back and try his best to regain his career. No glaze, but
But shit, no glaze. Cardi does it like 100 times a song, so it is what it is.
Nothing to prove in the streets, just focus on your music and stacking up the millions. Or
for sure,
the thousands. He ain't that big. But no, according to Oakland police, just 6 days after being released from prison, CHAIBENJII was right back in the field. September 8th, 2024. It's a Sunday night in Oakland, and allegedly CHAIBENJII and his friend named Keontae are out in the field hitting licks. Details aren't specific yet, but from what we know, they pull up to Deep East Oakland, specifically 105th and East Street. This is where they spot a 50-year-old man named Lamore Payne outside the Go-Go Market. They jump out, try to get what they can get, but unfortunately Lamore is not going. So tragically, they unload over 40 times at him.
Detectives placed evidence markers next to shell casings on E Street, near the Go-Go Amigo corner store. Police say the shooting killed a 50-year-old Stockton man. Happened just after 8 o'clock on Saturday. His neighbor, who goes by Kennedy, says he heard at least 40 rounds from his home when he was watching his younger siblings.
I told my siblings to back up from the window since there was gunshots, and I didn't want anything to happen to them.
Yo, so okay, 40 shots. I'm trying to think. All right, let's just say they had 2 switches, extendos, 30 shots each. Extendos let off really fast. Maybe they just thought they had more than they had left and bounced. I don't know. That's crazy. His aim is terrible, bruh. Y'all aim terrible. I'm just saying.
I told him
ain't
to
no
go
reason.
in the room.
He says so many rounds. The shooting just kept going and lasted for about 2 minutes.
Oh,
Aside from his siblings, he was worried about his father and another brother who were inside the Go-Go Amigo store buying snacks.
They dug down over there in the store with the owner and stuff.
Kennedy says this is the second homicide near this corner. A few months ago, he says someone shot and killed a 17-year-old boy inside the store. A store clerk who did not want to show his face says the latest victim killed on Saturday was a regular.
He was a good, nice man. He used to come buy some stuff here and there.
This was yet another senseless tragedy in Oakland.
That's wild.
And despite Oakland police rarely solving anything, within the next months, the suspects would be named. On October 18th, 18-year-old Keontae Reed would be located and arrested, and an arrest warrant would be made for 21-year-old Makai Adams. However, he could not be located.
21, bro.
Instead, Kai would hit the road and keep making his music. Catch me if you can, but I'ma do my thing. So from what we know, Oakland police are still looking for CHAIBENJII. Where is he? No glazing, but this dude is different. Like, he might be the biggest. Like, this guy, if you put him in Baton Rouge or Memphis, like, this guy just fits right in. And that pretty much describes BBG as a whole. And I've been holding off on making a video because there hasn't been an indictment on them yet, but I might just do it anyway. I don't even care if they call me the police now. I don't care. And I'm only saying that because once CHAIBENJII is arrested, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I don't have to look over my shoulder everywhere I go. Because if you don't know, he literally dissed me in his latest song.
Slum story trying to get me indicted, man. Don't believe that nigga. Some on content, nah, fuck that pussy bitch that dry snitch.
I'm not gonna.
He didn't sound like no Muffin right there. That's hilarious. Hey, why Swamp? Swamp, you got information that nobody else has, bruh. That's why niggas think you're the police. Come on, bro. Like, you cannot be surprised. I think you're the police, bro. Like, man, how? Like, I do know that there's ways. Like, I got exes that could find anything. My girl right now could find anything, bruh. Anything online, bruh. I remember when I was younger, I had an uncle that put me onto this website where you could literally search up anything. And I'm not talking about Google, but you search up like a person's name and they give you all of their information. This was like years ago. You had to pay for it. Maybe that's what Swamp is doing. Possible. You get good information like that, but it's only criminal information. So the rest of it, he's working for it. Swamp is doing his due diligence. So anyway, man, I'm just giving him a hard time. Shouts out to Swamp. Let's finish this up, man. Biggest crash out though, since he probably would fit right in out that way. Looking how he looked just now in that last little photo, man. That's crazy.
It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I don't have to look over my shoulder everywhere I go. Because if you don't know, he literally dissed me in his latest song.
Slum story trying to get me indicted, man. Don't believe that nigga. Some on content, nah, fuck that pussy bitch that dry snitch.
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard it, I texted him right away. Like, bro, please, I don't want any problems, bro. Leave me alone. I'm a big fan. So let me know if you want to see that on the main channel. And I hope you enjoyed this one, even though it's kind of a BS little video. But happy to break the news to you. Keep you informed on everything that's going on. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Peace.
I rock with it, Swamp. Hey, good video, bro. Truth is, this is fitted right into my little narrative that I got going on my channel right now. So this is kind of perfect, man. But Swamp is funny. He might be the police, but he's got some really good information. Shoot, as far as I've seen the videos I've seen, it's pretty accurate. Some of it's satire, of course, opinionated, but that's a good video, right? So with that said, shouts out to Swamp. I'll be looking forward to the next one on the whole case gang, if that's what you're gonna do. I'll be looking forward to it, Swamp. So appreciate it, man. Y'all been here this long, man. Y'all make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Hey, and until next time, man, this is your boy JB. Peace. And I did not get that from Swamp.